Hi there, I'm Sylvia Plester-Silk, and 10 Minutes to Joy is your weekly invitation to reset, recharge, and rediscover your most joyful self through aha moments and simple energy techniques. Today, we're discussing joyful moments. Hi, I'm your host, Sylvia Plester-Silk. Let's start inviting more joyful moments into our lives. When I think about the elements that create a joyful moment, I think of five possible aspects in that moment, and maybe more than them at a time. Social connections. As human beings, we are socially charged to be with other people and to be in connection. So, being with individuals who help you feel very connected socially, who help you feel accepted, and where you accept yourself can help create joyful moments. Creativity, having creative moments. What is creativity for you? It could be things that we think of like the artist, painting, writing, sketching. And it could be creativity in decorating. It could be creativity in what elements or herbs that you add to a recipe. It could be just simply doing something in a new way that feels creative for you, a new solution that you've created from your own brilliance. Often these moments have to do with movement. It might be the simple act of going for a walk in nature and enjoying it. It may be for some the pleasure of running. I don't personally understand it, but I don't hold it against you. It may be jogging. It may be golfing. It may be just simply moving your body by doing yoga, tai chi, boxing, kickboxing, whatever it is for you. Adding more movement into your life. Nature. So many of us feel joy in nature. And I've talked about this many times in different episodes. Nature, like big bodies of water, and you know that I glow and when I'm near them. Being near the trees, being near animals that you love, going to the zoo, canoeing soon, soon, boating soon, soon. I'm looking forward to it. Being out in nature, hiking. For some of you, it's camping or glamping. No, thank you for me, but absolutely for you. If it is yours, do it and do more of it. Another way is anything that involves growth and learning. Many people, and I think we're kind of hardwired to want to grow and learn in some way. And for some of us, that is taking a course and going to university. I was speaking earlier with somebody who's doing their MBA and feeling pretty excited about that. For others, it is nothing at all to do with university or book studying. It may be picking up a hobby and enjoying the process of learning about how to use a camera, what angles to shoot at. It may be taking a course on boating or anything that interests you, anywhere there's a glimmer or a spark of, that sounds like fun. We need to get more of that three-letter F word in our world. Fun and joy, another three-letter word. Points and extra points if you connect more than one of these five elements of social connection, creativity, movement, nature, growth, and learning. So start to ask yourself, is there anything about growth and learning that interests me? For some people, it's I'm just, you know, cringing and wanting to get into because I'm so incredibly excited to another energy course. Or I want to come to Sylvia's healing circles or joy circles because I want to discover more around my intuition. That's learning too. It's finding those ways that are intrinsic to who you are as a person, embracing them completely, and finding those moments of joy. Oftentimes, joy is spontaneous and requires us being present in the moment. Earlier at lunchtime today, I went out for a walk, and in my excitement, I noticed buds forming on the trees. And to me, it was a joy-filled moment because it spoke to me of the new growth of spring and things budding and that opportunity for newness and expansion and growth. Yes, it does excite me. And I continually learn. Certainly, this podcast has been a huge learning curve for me. And many moments of it were joyful learning curves where I was championing myself that I had finally figured out how to A, get an episode up, B, do some social media about it that made sense, and all sorts of different behind the scenes places that are not my natural strengths. But I felt like often like a little kid that had just gotten an A on a report card when I reported into my coach. And those were the joyful moments as I created this podcast, some of them. And creativity. What is creativity to you? It could be as simple as making a charcuterie board. It could be building something physical. It could be, I feel like just moving things around in my living room and redecorating the furniture by just moving a few things around and feeling that sense of joy or completeness that happens when you feel like everything's where it needs to be. We can start to conspire to have more joy in our lives by making sure that we have free time where we don't have expectations that a certain outcome must happen. But, but instead, we allow moments of spontaneity to come in and moments where we're not programmed to the gills, where we don't have to, okay, I've got 5 minutes, I'm going to put some joy into my life. It doesn't really work so well that way. How do we get more laughter into our lives? By creating spaces in our lives where we can do that. It may be starting to take breaks at work and actually doing something other than sitting at your desk eating. It might be getting up and going for that walk. It might be going to the gym for some. It might be, I'm going to stop and paint this afternoon for a few minutes just because I want to do that. Or I'm going to drop by the paint store and look at colors for a room that I want to paint. It might be looking at a tool that you want for woodworking. Whatever it is for you is perfect. How can you actually pull out your calendar right now and book some time off to explore that interest, hobby, attraction for you? It may be, I love laughter, but I haven't laughed so much in a long time. And I have a favorite comedian that I know is coming fairly close to me, and I can afford to buy tickets. So I'm going to buy tickets and go see him or her. It may be, I don't have that kind of budget, so I'm going to head off to the dollar store or whatever store actually still carries greeting cards and read some of the funny greeting cards and laugh. It may be just going online and watching some of the funny YouTube videos or antics about animals and cute puppies, certainly for me, makes me smile and laugh. So finding those places, those glimmers and moments, creating space in your life to have those great moments of joy. And in that moment, taking the time to just slow down time, to be present and engage in that activity simply for the joy of it. Because as we have more joy in our lives, there's more space to have new ideas, and that creativity can start to form just very naturally because we have space. We have deeper relationships often because we're enjoying them, and we have a spark within ourselves when we're in joy, and it attracts our current partners or perhaps a new partner if you're looking for a new partner. But at any rate, having these joyful moments and stealing them and savoring every second of them and celebrate them. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Another great way of getting joy is in that place of connection with other people and celebrating our wins, especially when they're wins like me in technology. They're well worth the celebrating. So I invite you this week to pull out your calendar and set aside 3 hours, either consecutively or 3 separate hours through the week, where you're going to deprogram, make a choice in the moment what you're going to do that may potentially bring you joy, and then do it. That's a wrap for today. Small moments create big changes. Keep growing, keep shining, find that joy, and I'll see you next Friday at 10 Minutes to Joy. Please rate and review this podcast at 10minutestojoy.ca. Have a joy-filled week, folks.